Hey everyone, welcome back. I know this channel, it's getting kind of chaotic. I post one day, I don't post another day. One day I am in Milan, the other day I'm here in Tuscany, and nothing makes sense anymore. I apologize for the crazy schedule, but I am having to manage a lot of family, a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff, so hopefully you can forgive me. I still have to conclude Vlogmas even though Christmas has already passed, but I really wanted to kind of include this trip in it, so that's why I haven't posted yet. Today we're doing a little sit-down video. A new year is always a great reason to improve ourselves, to create new habits, to maybe leave the ones we do not want to continue doing back in the previous year. And I do think that a great resolution is, of course, to always be more elegant. I'm not saying this as the authority on elegance. I'm not saying that I am perfectly elegant. I'm just saying that there are those little things that we can always add to our day-to-day lives to make it a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more out of the ordinary, and a little bit more memorable. Apologies for the weaker chair sounds. It's not me, I swear. So here are my top tips to being a little bit more elegant in 2023. Be kinder and more mindful of others. This is, I think, the most important point, and it's not really an elegance thing, but be a nice person thing. Our current culture, and God, I feel really old saying expressions like this, but our current culture does not appreciate manners, politeness, being agreeable, and thinking of how other people will feel. We are very egocentric. We just want to do what we want to do, and people have to just live with it. And this sort of postmodernist, shallow situation has turned little acts of kindness that used to be just habitual and extremely common into weird, out of the ordinary things. Sending a thank you note, buying a present for your hostess, holding the door open for someone, knowing your neighbors, being organized. All these things have just turned into weird things because people just don't do them anymore. And when they see it, they are completely shell-shocked, surprised, admired, a little bit curious, but always weirded out. I think we should turn that train around and get back to being polite. And just so we're clear, I know a lot of people from my generation and younger who are nice, who are polite. I'm not saying this is a norm. What I mean is that society as a whole doesn't value this type of behavior anymore. I mean, I cannot tell you how many weird looks I get just by holding the elevator door open. So in order to fight back, we just have to show little demonstrations, little gestures of care. And I have talked about this in many of my videos before. I do think that the most elegant people are the nicest ones, are the ones who treat others with kindness, are the ones who do not lose their composure or their sense of humor or their tranquility in times of hardship or in times of stress. So if you want the ultimate badge of elegance, this is it. Just be nice. Point number 2 is to culture yourself. Another difficult thing nowadays, this anything goes culture where you don't have any type of standards and everything has to have the same value, is just destroying whatever is beautiful, whatever is true, whatever is good. We are coming to a point where people are literally saying that rap is just as good as Mozart. I swear I am not an intellectual. I do not come from great knowledge of the most elevated things in life, but can we just agree that certain things are indeed better than others? And it isn't a matter of eliminating superficiality from your life completely. I have said this before, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I really love the Real Housewives franchise. What can I say? It is just mesmerizing to me. But there are two little things that are important to point out. Number one, I know it's trashy, so I can recognize it is trashy. I'm not pretending that it is culture or that it is equal to things that might be a little bit more important, a little bit more sophisticated. And number two, I am certainly not modeling my behavior or my appearance after those women. So next time you see a half naked, or at this point just almost completely naked, Kim Kardashian running around, just look at it for what it is. It's not a symbol of power. It's not a token of feminine liberation. It's just a naked lady who likes to be naked and be talked about being naked. To be a little bit more cultured, you do have to make a bit of an effort if you are new to it. I know that I've had to kind of keep my eyes open with my fingers during a Wagner opera, and it was excruciating. You don't have to go that far, but maybe instead of enduring 9 hours of German sopranos, you could just buy tickets to the ballet, which is way easier to watch and much more enjoyable. Read a novel that wasn't written in this century. Just open your ears, open your heart, be curious about things that maybe aren't so obvious and so available in the culture right now. And some will say, you're a phony, you're trying too hard, you don't really like these things, who do you think you are, you're pretentious. Number one, maybe it'll need a little bit of time until you actually enjoy it fully, but once you do, you never go back. And number two, who is the real phony? The one who makes an effort to understand the majesty of this, or the one who pretends that this is majestic? I'll let you decide. Number three is to not be afraid to dress up. I mean, I have talked about this so much in the past, but I keep repeating it because comments keep on arriving about if I feel insecure about making too much effort with my appearance, if people don't criticize me, don't find me weird. I think that just like being nicer than average, dressing better than average is also seen as weird nowadays for some reason, which is so sad. So sad. People will look at you funny, they will remark on how exaggerated or how unnecessary it is to wear what you're wearing. They might judge you behind your back or even to your face, call you old-fashioned. I know. I work in fashion, I know, and believe me, I am not one of the cool kids. I do not wear tank tops and sweatshirts and little designer bags that don't fit anything and cool sunglasses. I'm not that. But the thing is, I'm not trying to be. I want to elevate myself and my surroundings. I want to feel confident in what I'm wearing. I want to kind of reflect what I love, which is femininity, classical silhouettes, beautiful things, beautiful fabrics, just that little bit more. So I will wear my scarves, I will do my hair, I will put on makeup, I will have posture, I will speak the way that I want to speak. And when I'm old and looking at my pictures from when I'm younger, I'll be able to say, damn girl, you looked pretty good. So if you love and feel inspired by the likes of Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn, get that red lipstick out of the counter, put it on your lips. It'll do wonders. Number four, not everything has to be elevated all of the time. Now, this is a point to sort of counterbalance everything else that I just said. When you love special, sophisticated, many times expensive things, it's very easy to get frustrated when you cannot afford everything that you envision your life has to have in order to achieve a certain goal. We have this idea that we need to sort of live like a duchess to live in a sophisticated manner, and I just do not think that is true. Maybe you don't have the money to get yourself a beautiful set of Limoges plates. I know I don't. But as long as you're able to set a beautiful table with what you have in the proper manner, with forks placed on the left, knives placed on the right stemware, the right glasses. Perhaps you live in the tiniest apartment in the world. Mine is quite little, but you make an effort to keep it organized, to have everything in their place, to make it more beautiful, to make it a little bit more inspirational. Do you journal? Maybe instead of using basic note and pencil, you have a beautiful leather-bound notebook and a fountain pen. My point is that life isn't always perfect, but I think it's quite important to be able to recognize what we have achieved and make the best out of any situation, knowing which little details to insert in your day-to-day life to make it a bit more special. Fifth and final point is to learn some etiquette basics. Oh, how I long for the days when finishing school was a thing. I'm not pretending to be the authority on it, but people need to learn how to sit with their knees together in the subway, for instance, to chew with their mouths closed. It's not too much to ask. Am I being a snob? If I am, I don't care. Please chew with your mouth closed. I don't see anything wrong with knowing how to eat with your cutlery, with knowing how to treat the elderly or figures of authority, with knowing how to host an event. Those things to me are admirable. Why don't we do them anymore? Why do we see them as sort of signs of pretentiousness or elitism? It makes no sense. It's not a matter of class struggle. It's just a better thing to be, isn't it? It's such a huge standout in today's world, and I do think that it impresses a lot with the simplest of gestures. As I was saying, the first point, not only by being nicer, because people do have this idea that etiquette is a show-off thing, or maybe something that you're doing to feel like you're better than other people, but it was actually invented to make other people feel good about themselves while they're around you. So just getting those basic little tips, like how to get into a car without flashing people, how to properly thank someone, how to behave in different countries and different cultures. It doesn't take too much, but it does make a world of a difference. I have heard so many stories about people who, through etiquette, managed to improve themselves, not only in terms of appearance or in terms of posture or in terms of how they act, but in their lives, in their jobs, in their relationships. It's the kind of thing that cannot hurt you, so might as well learn it, right? This is it, everyone. The sun is setting. I don't have a ring light with me, so I have to cut this here. Maybe you can let me know in the comments down below if you have any amazing tips to becoming a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more elegant in 2023. And we'll see each other again next time. Bye bye.